Welcome back to another episode of Talking with Rafael, with your host, Rafael, and Erwin Show, respectfully, because fuck that dude. Just kidding. What up, Erwin?
Yo, what's up, Rafa? Welcome
Happy
back.
birthday,
welcome
man.
back.
Happy birthday. Yesterday was Erwin's birthday. Make sure you give him a shout out for his birthday. You're kind of blurry. Camera. There you go. Adjusted. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we have a great. We've been out for a minute. Last week, I will talk in detail about it, and we got to talk about vaccines. We got to talk about Andrew Tate. We also got to talk about how the United States might be going into 75% of obesity by 2035, and we got the quote of the day. All that much more on today's episode. Make sure you hit the like button, comment down below, and share with your friends and family. Without further ado, Erwin, what up, dude?
What's going on, guys? Welcome back for another great week. Yes, like Rafa said, yesterday was my actual birthday. Definitely very grateful for the weekend. As you guys can see right behind me. Oh, sorry, this side, I should say. That's my kid in the background playing some Fortnite, keeping himself busy. He's putting his headphones, but definitely a good weekend. Definitely went on the books. I had a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I can say, it's just I didn't want to come home. I'll tell you that. I didn't want to come home. Obviously, now, most of you guys know here, whoever lives here in Utah and actually watching this, we're expecting a snowstorm today. It doesn't look like a snowstorm. I mean, it snowed, but it stopped. But apparently, we're supposed to have snow until Wednesday. Other than that, like Rafael said, we got a couple things to talk about. But most importantly, look right below this links right here. You got Twitter accounts, we got our IG accounts, our emails, and our TikTok account should be there, but they're not there actually. Well, we'll work on that. But yeah, so Rafa,
what up?
You want to take over the quote of the day for the day to get the week started right?
Yes, sir.
Before you stop, let me stop that for a second. Go ahead. Go ahead. Took a break last week. It wasn't intentionally. I mean, Rafa's little girl had some vaccines.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, definitely. Yeah. Last week was tough, ladies and gentlemen. We had
it was
my little girl had to get her 6-month shots, and it was a pain. I'm not gonna lie. I fucking cried when I don't know what is it about seeing your little girl suffering there. So she cried. She cried kind of hard, and so hey, it's just gonna get tougher and tougher, especially when they're gonna start talking back to you and be like, "I don't want to get it."
No, dude, I know. I can only imagine, dude. I can only imagine how bad it was. And for sure, like for those I talked to him on a daily basis, like he was not having it, bro. He was very overwhelmed, and he told me about it. I'm like, all right, we're okay with that. They kind of feel weird. So we did have some topics to talk about, like he said, like last week.
We forgot to talk about the World Classic.
Oh yeah,
the baseball.
That's
we were excited to talk about that, but we let it go. We'll probably talk about it on the following episode.
Mm.
What other topics we had? I mean, we're bringing some of those back here.
The ones that we were actually kind of talking about today. Mm-hmm. I mean, those are some of them because you actually brought it up to me, and I'm like, damn, you don't remember bringing that up to me? But the topic you brought it up to me about this 2035. You were bringing that to me, and I'm like, shit. And me and you start having a personal conversation about it with it. How do we see things? We talked about it for a while. We talked about it for at least 30 minutes. We're just going back and forth. But let's get to the point. Rafa, hit us with the quote of the day.
Yeah, definitely. Quote of the day is, it doesn't matter how successful or unsuccessful you are right now. What matters is whether your habits are putting you on the path towards success. Brought to you by this book right here, The Atomic Habits, written by James Clear. Now, as you guys know, me and Erwin, I don't know about Erwin. He said he's doing it, but he's not keeping track. But at least I don't know.
It's the first day. It's the first day. Today's the first day. So,
but we're doing the 75 hard challenge, and so the rules are very simple. Got to read 10 pages.
Simple.
You got to drink a a gallon of water. You gotta
Check.
make sure to do 2 exercise, 1 outside, mandatory, of 45 minutes each. You got a diet of your choosing, and you got to take your progress photo. Now, what I'm doing differently is that when I go for my walks, my 45-minute walks, that eventually is going to turn to jogging and running, but I don't want to fucking jog or run on the snow. Like, I already slipped a few times, like filming that shit. So
you're not gonna be running for the next week, bro, because it's gonna be snowing until Wednesday. So
it's all good. It's all good.
you gotta do something. Do some like
Hey,
sit-ups in the snow, bro, or something.
I just gotta say that
Oh shit.
it's gonna be tough, but it's a challenge that we both have. I mean, obviously, I kind of make this to do it, and I just want to do it because, I want to get ready. I feel like this challenge is more for me to prepare for the Spartan race that I have on July 9th. If you want to come down and see me do the Spartan race, and say hi, you guys are welcome to come. But yeah, that's basically the main reason I need to prepare for that race. And as I was explaining it on the video, on the reel that I did on the short on YouTube, I feel like I failed my P90X3 challenge. I just due to not doing the diet. We talked about it, how I didn't do any diet at all. I just exercised. But come to realize I didn't really fail because I was able to do more pull-ups. I started with doing like maybe 2 or 3 with that thing that you see right there is the assistant pull-up. Now I'm able to do like 7 or 8. I started with maybe 15 push-ups or 10 push-ups, and now I'm at 20 without breaking a sweat. And so I feel like I'm getting a lot. My strength is coming back, and so that's why I was like, you know what, I might as well do this challenge and shoot for the stars, and hopefully we land on the moon. But yeah, what are your reasons of doing this challenge besides me?
I
Forcing you?
mean, once on enforcing, like I said, the hardest thing for me is definitely going to be dropping off the beer. That's the beer, the alcohol beer is going to be the toughest thing. I do believe then one of the reels you sent to me, it's 5% only complete the 75-day hard challenge. And I can tell you the reason behind why, because it's just something consistent. Myself, I got myself a book as well too. It's in Spanish by this guy named Carlos Lozano. I'm sorry, Cesar Lozano, not Carlos, Cesar Lozano. And I actually have the book myself as well. For those that actually know me, I'm not a very good a person about reading. I don't like to read books, but I actually got myself into the books itself. The only thing is, I think I'm going to go ahead and get this started for myself, officially completely started by tomorrow. I mean, I got a couple things I had to do in the morning. After that, just kind of work my way through it. I don't know, I have to figure something out to do outside. I mean, does it consider what I do for living, doing an activity outside? Because, I mean, I'm still running.
Nope.
Pretty much. Okay. Well, I'll have to figure something out.
It's 2 workouts. It's not, because the thing is about this challenge is not the physical, but more the mental.
Got you.
Because it's mentally, like, you're already thinking like, crap. Like today, like you saw me working out, right. Even though I didn't finish, I have it paused. So after the podcast, I'm going to continue.
No, I actually did something here. Normally on Mondays, it's very it's a really tough schedule for me with pretty much with my schedule. It's just, it's a lot of backtrack. And I was kind of exhausted from last night as well too. But I mean, I did try to get some workouts, at least inside here at the house. There's some sit-ups, leg workouts, some push-ups, something to kind of get myself going, and, just something to have some activity. Because I do have like a mindset of goal. I do want I want to change my body a little bit more differently, something of preference just for myself. I mean, I've been seeing the smaller clothes that I've been putting on my body, and I like how it feels. Feel comfortable with the clothes that I have. So, yeah, that's definitely one thing for me that I want to look into. That, I mean, it's not going to be easy, but it's something I do have in a mindset for that. So that's for me the challenge, and I have to kind of enforce that to continue to do that. So as long as I can continue to do that, fucking great. If I fail, well, fuck,
For me, I think it's the meal preps, just the diet itself. Like I was telling Erwin, I'm not doing so much of a diet. It's more like stop eating processed food and stop eating out, because that was the biggest thing for me. Like dinner time, it was always like, baby, what do you want to eat? And and it was either pizza, tacos, burgers, or something like that. So for me, it's more like stopping eating processed food. So
Right. That's good, man.
making sure that I eat my greens. Like I literally was eating some carrots
He was. That's funny.
with some hummus.
I was
So,
for a minute when I came into the feed before we're
dude,
live. Oh my fuck! For the worst, for the minute, I'm like, what the fuck am I watching? Because he had his shit playing on the background, and I just hear, I'm like, you
yeah.
okay? Oh,
Let
dude.
me show you.
And
I think
then
I
I
got
started
the
put
screen
two
right
and two
here,
together.
right there.
That's like he was. He was in the corner in the background doing his workout, and I was like, hey man, you do you,
Hey,
do
yes,
you, bro?
sir.
So I was like,
Listen,
all right.
man, that workout is kind of hard, man.
It was. I saw. I was like, you actually have the belt or whatever you want to call them.
Yeah,
The
yeah, yeah.
Okay,
I
nice.
bought them on Amazon.
Okay.
They're like 3 belts,
Mhm.
um, or bands.
Yeah, and what do they call like It's like something like kind of like
A lot.
something like this, like yeah, like you know what I mean, like this
They're
kind of
like
shit.
bands, but
Yeah.
they're more like the texture is not the rubber texture. It's more like
Hmm.
a material that you can put it on your legs and it won't burn you, or
Yeah.
and it still gets you a workout because those rubber ones are, and this ones are thick, dude. Pause,
But yeah, man, like I
But
said, like I'm gonna, the mentality is to kind of get back into that and just
mhm.
try to get back in track with that, and
Yeah,
let's see where it
definitely.
goes. Because right now, I just kind of want to go back, and I feel like I have reached almost my goal. And after this weekend, I kind of want to get back to it. Had my good time, had a good time, had fun, everything was exciting, and definitely was a weekend to remember. And then just coming back and just kind of get
Yeah,
back to
talk about that
focus.
shit, man. Talk about your birthday.
It was chill, man. We got there like Thursday night, a little bit later than we wanted to, and it was fun. First night, we just kind of wanted to kind of just mellow out. I think when we were just tired,
Mhm.
and me and the guys were just kind of hanging out in the room and just talking about a bunch of shit. We lost time of track. Friday, we went out to see French Montana. Montana. He was out
All right.
there. He was like, I mean, to me, is when I go out there, I like prefer more of the house music, EDM kind of stuff. This is my first
Mm,
time actually going to a show out there for hip hop. I mean, it was okay. But then my biggest hype was actually Saturday night. That was the one that I actually was looking forward to the most. I
mhm.
definitely wanted to see this guy named called James Hype. Dude, that guy probably was the best show that I've
Bu-
seen ever, dude. So
Man, for me, I prefer to go to like hip hop or Latin music concerts instead of like EMD music,
EDM music.
or yeah, whatever it's called.
Yeah, so I mean, everybody has their own preference of choice, but I just feel like the hype was amazing, dude. The hype was actually badass. I
Mhm.
mean, there was not a single moment on the songs. I mean, I'll have to send you some videos and show you, but there was not a single
Yeah.
moment that I felt everything was just amazing, dude.
Mhm.
Every single moment his song was he was playing, bro, is legit. And what I liked about it, back to what I was telling you in the basics,
Mhm.
you go dressed in there looking like amazing, you feeling yourself, you're just kind of like, damn, this is a different environment,
Yeah.
it's not like coming out here to like different clubs like that. Just when you go to Vegas and stuff, like you go out there looking your best and just go with it, and you lose time. You lose time. I think it
Mm.
was maybe like 4 o'clock in the morning. I was like, damn, it's just still going on. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, that's the thing about Utah. We don't party that hard, and like they
Yeah.
won't let us go party that hard.
That's the thing, though. Like, just to kind of go out like that. What's up, Rap there? Welcome
What's
back,
up?
man. How you
Yeah,
been,
welcome
dude?
back. Welcome back, Raptor 88.
Yeah, but like I said, the birthday weekend definitely, just yesterday my birthday itself, dude. Like
Mhm.
I feel really good. I mean, besides just the drive back itself, but everything was good, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to be able to do that and go out there, and it was fun, man. It
That's
was
good, man.
fun, and yeah, dude. I mean, like I said, I tried that for the first time actually in Vegas, going to a hip hop concert. I wasn't really looking forward to it, but I still tried it. I was like, whatever.
Yeah, dude, you have
But
fun. That's
it
all that
was
matters.
it was fun. It was fun. Things were definitely a good time for sure. So, but yeah, Rafa.
Let's,
So
yeah,
go ahead,
let's
bro.
go. I think we gotta go for the topic of the day.
Let's do it.
Let's
Let's do
do
it.
it. So you were
Oof.
telling me how Andrew Tate has been released from prison,
Mhm,
and I don't know shit about this dude.
mhm,
You introduced me to this. Uh, you introduced me to YouTube videos about this dude, and
mhm.
I'm still kind of like, all right, man. Like, cool
And
by me, man.
everybody has their own personal perspective, point of view from the guy. But
Man, listen, he speaks some facts. I get it, but I don't. idolize him like a lot of people do. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, and then, like I like the way that I see it is this. It's just like a lot of people, and I said this in the past. I
Hmm.
feel like people judge the man by just the reels that they see. They're like, oh, he's been a complete dick,
But
but they're
was he
not
though?
really putting. I mean, that's the way you see it. Like, oh shit,
No,
But
no, I don't see him like a dick.
mm,
I never thought that he was like a dick or anything like that.
no, I mean, like, I just feel like people don't are nowadays are not prepared to hear the reality. They're not here to.
Mm,
They get very sensitive about shit. I mean, you
yeah.
gotta understand it as a perspective point of view. Like for
Hmm.
those that know his story, he even says himself, when I was 19 years old, nobody gave a fuck about me. Nobody looked at me. Nobody put interest in me. 20, nobody. As soon as I hit 35 years old, I'm over the 30s. I'm in the best time. I'm in the best life of myself. I'm in the best shape of my life. And everybody that ignored me back then wants to come back into my life. What the fuck you expect me to do? To give you some respect? Where
Yeah.
were you? Like this little thing. Like a lot of people didn't know that he had a little girl. He has a daughter. I didn't know that
I
either.
didn't know that either.
So he had a little daughter, and he posted a reel about him. And let me just kind of bring it up. So just the whole story behind it. So officially, pretty much,
Your kid just
and
opened the door.
I know. Give me a second.
No, you're good. You're good. But yeah, in reality, I don't know anything about him. I except for like what's the newest bringing to us that he went to he got arrested a few days ago
No, like it's been months.
or months ago.
Yeah,
Sorry,
he's been arrested for roughly closely. I think if I'm correct, he was in there for about between 60 to 90 days.
and that's due to not like you were telling me how there was no evidence. Uh,
There's not enough
r-
evidence for them to prove him otherwise.
okay.
The reality. Let me break it down to you real
Yeah, yeah,
quick. It
yeah. Go
was
ahead and tell
couple.
us about it, man.
So the whole procedure happened. Apparently, there was two American girls for ideal that actually they were brought back into his actual house. Him and his brother, they brought him back into the house itself. The conspiracy was that he supposedly was sexually trafficking them and kidnapped them. That's what they said. And the fucked up part is this: these girls were actually going, in the house. They were welcome into the house, and then they were able to walk out their dogs, have a good time, and including with all this was the fact that they were still be able to record their TikTok videos. One of the videos what got linked up is saying, "Hey, so if they were sexually trafficking you and kidnap you, why the hell would they allow you to put TikTok videos at their house?" So I think this is where the evidence started coming across with the judges and stuff like that, the Romanian judges. I'm not sure what the Romanian laws are out there, but a lot of people actually were saying a lot of comments, and I've received a lot of comments about this because it's like he is this, he is that, and like you got this people that just like reading things, they're seeing things, they're not the truth, but here it is, it proves the fact right now, and this is what proves to you that they're in 30 days right now in house arrest. There's not enough evidence for them to do so. There was another rumor as well, including with that the United States government has something to do with that as well. The United
Hmm.
States government wanted to take him out of the actual jail, the prison, because they believe it was more valuable for them to them being back in Florida. However, Tate brothers don't like being in the United States. They don't prefer to be in the United States because they don't like Westerner girls, and they prefer to be in Europe itself. But now the United States government, assuming this is like this is a theory, it's not for sure. They're saying that the United States government is trying to do something against them to sue them for some kind of reason. Nobody really brought that up. So they were trying to get involved with them with the releasing of prison, just like the same thing that happened between United States and Russia with Brittany from for the WNBA, the exchange between a wanted guy from the United States for
So this
her.
stuff is allegedly.
Yeah, the whole United States thing is a whole allegedly,
Uh,
thing, supposedly. It's not a for sure thing. So now that he came out, one thing I did told Rafa about this, and I want to tell you,
mhm.
our followers, and when you guys hear this out, what's up, buddy?
What
Um,
up, Alaric?
sorry, guys. Go ahead. You're fine.
No
Sorry,
chips,
guys.
dude. You're on the 75 challenge too.
So pretty much one thing I do want to bring this up, and I brought this to Raphael, and here's one thing you guys got
Sorry,
to have to hear
I'm
about this.
pouring.
No,
Like
you're fine. You're fine, bro. You're fine.
I'm pouring
Um,
water, ladies and gentlemen.
so
I just measuring it, so I make sure I take my 1 gallon, and this is it right here. This is my last 8 ounce to complete my gallon.
that's
Go
it.
ahead.
Just 1 gallon, bro. Come on, bro. You can do more. Come on.
No, I know I can do more. I just don't want
There
to
you
do
go.
more.
See. So pretty much what I want to say with this is like I say, I'm not defending the guy in any kind of way. It's just the reality that's happening. So all these people with the negative comments that said about him, they should
Hmm.
follow up a little bit more about it. You have to understand that this dude got out of prison. Hair long, beard super long. You've never seen a guy like that. You always seen a guy like him clean.
I was gonna download that video, but
So yeah, you're good. But he looks clean. He actually looks bigger. Like actually, he's actually been putting the time and effort in there.
and that's when I start joking, like, yo, like he probably didn't even read a book. He just like hit the gym and that's it.
Dude, think about it. You were there for almost 90 days. Roughly almost 90 days. And then what the hell you expect? So pretty much, he was saying how they were treating him like shit. Of course, it's a prison. It's a prison. I can understand that. Never been to prison myself, but I can understand that. But the fact that how he made it sound like how there was roaches and his food and shit like that and everything, eventually one thing I did want to clarify here on the live show with us is I told this to Rafa. Guarantee you the moment this dude makes one live video or podcast with anybody, I can guarantee you that video itself is going to hit over 100 million views. Oh, look at that. That's him right there on that.
He already has
Look at this shit. Yeah, he looks like he doesn't look like, but the dude has put his time and effort. Long hair, long beard, everything,
I wouldn't say that's long hair, man.
That's longer hair. That's longer for him,
Like, I agree, but
and to me, it's just the fact that I have to kind of make it an interesting fact here that this dude itself, he did kind of how it came out, and you can see he has some kind of emotion in one of the videos of his reaction of what he went through. So don't be surprised, and I can tell you this right now: this first podcast or live video he makes, it might be taken down.
He already did it.
Did he?
Yeah, live podcast. He did it with the. Oh my gosh, what was his? I don't know his name, but like the guys who are like besties with them.
Are you talking about the Fresh and Fit podcast?
I think so.
They did that already? I don't recall seeing it, but if they did,
yeah, it was a live.
If it was,
I will pull it up right now.
Yeah, find out for me. But if it was live, if his very first video that he did live itself, that video, don't be surprised.
Yeah, right here, look,
1 million views. So that's not them. No,
that's him, right? And he already shaved his head and trimmed down his beard.
Scroll down. Oh, there's the Fresh and Fit, guys. How many views does the video have already so far?
It has 3,000 people are watching right now.
3,000
counting. Okay. And this is a 5-hour
stream. And this is live right now.
To mute it. Yeah, this is live right now, and it's been live for the last 5 hours.
Wow. Okay.
So he's like venting like crazy right now.
So and that video is gonna come out across, and like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if that video itself hits 100 million views. Just because like I think this dude's gonna I'm gonna watch that later just to hear what he has to say. But I think this is the fact where he says one thing is like you get 2 lives. One's already been taken away from me. So I think this is all, like you said, the venting, everything that's been built. I think it's gonna give a different perspective point of view from people, especially for the fact that the moment they find out, I'm just saying, they found out that he's not guilty. I think people would change their minds on stuff like that. He's a human.
No, dude. Here's my theory about it. It doesn't matter if you're guilty or not. A lot of people have that judgment mentality where, like, when you're like go to jail or you're being arrested or something like that, even if they have no evidence,
I agree with you.
Society will judge the fuck out of you, whether you're proven innocent or not.
I definitely agree with you. I forgot about that. There's people like that, but
like, for example, the Johnny Depp scenario.
Oh my God.
Like, if you look at it, like, before he was pronounced innocent against his ex-wife Amber Heard, dude, Disney fucking released him from the Pirate of the Caribbean. Warner Brothers released him from the Fantastic Beasts movies. Like, all that before he was found guilty or not guilty. And
that's crazy. And then after that, what happened? Disney wants him back. They wanted him back to come back and Pirates of the Caribbean. If I was him, bro, I remember that Dior cologne went on sale like this. It's just like the girl right now that happened with Pepper from Iron Man. I forgot her name.
Oh, Gwen Parlow or something like that.
Same. They happened here in Park City. The incident that happened. After that happened, something of her account went from her account went to like 235% higher than before. Whatever she's selling, it's just kind of like you said. People are really good at making judgment calls, no matter what.
Yeah.
And the thing is, there's been in jail and they changed their life completely.
Did
And
you
there's
watch
people that
that
went.
trial at all?
I tried to watch a little bit of it. I did because it
Mhm.
was long. Yeah.
Well, do you watch the highlights?
No,
That's
I
what I
didn't watch
because
the
I didn't watch
highlights.
the trial either.
Okay, but
Like
like.
I just found out like bits of information here and there.
Mhm.
That dude was delusional. Apparently, there was an email saying like, "I'm rich," right after the incident,
Yeah.
and there were photos showing evidence that he didn't get hurt at all. That he just wanted. Apparently, the first lawsuit was for $1 million. The judge declined it. It was like, "No, we're not going for $1 million." Then he resubmitted for 300,000. And then when that got denied, then the girl from Iron Man, Gwen,
When
Gwynnie or something like that. She finally said, "You know what? I'm gonna sue you for all my lawyers' fees, and you're gonna have to pay me that $1, and you will pay me that $1." And she won because
she went for $1.
she went for $1
Holy
plus
shit, man! I didn't know
plus
that.
wait plus all her lawyers' fees.
Oh, so whatever it was.
So it was more than $1. Yeah,
It's expensive for sure. No, but like you say, back to get to this stuff, just to kind of get it over with, and like I said, let's just debrief on that. Like I
Oh
personally
yeah,
think,
yeah.
like I told you this before, and I want to make sure it's clarified to the followers as well here for our channels as well for me and myself. Well, I'm gonna speak for myself, and I'm sure Rafa's on the same page. There's certain things that we do agree
That
with him.
Sorry to interrupt. That's the
Yeah,
guy that I was talking about.
yeah,
I
the
don't
fresh
know
and
who
fit
that
guy.
is. That's
Yeah,
who.
that's the fresh and guy fig guy. So he's actually he has his own channel for fresh and fit. That's his actual
Yeah.
YouTube channel. So
So
uh,
Diego Vasquez says I think does the date Ross. I'm not sure. I
which
think
one?
it was date Ross. And then this is what Diego says. The dude all the way at the right. Right, his name is Sneaky and he's a bitch.
The one on the right, not the one on the left. But yeah, I do listen to Fresh and Fit itself, and that's why I want to make sure I want to clarify to people. Just because you
Mhm.
listen to certain things like this, just because you hear people kind of have perspective point of view, a different type of how they feel about women and stuff
Yeah,
like that, it doesn't mean that you all agree with everything.
I agree.
It doesn't agree with everything. Because this is the thing. A lot of people have that mental mentality. Oh, he follows this person. Oh, this and that. No, 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 no. Don't get it
Mhm.
twisted. There's certain things I agree with him. There's certain things I don't agree with him. It's always going to be a 50-50 no matter what. No
Mm.
matter what, you're not going to agree with somebody all 100%.
Yeah.
But the fact is, like, my one thing I do want to clarify, and I do believe is that podcast right now, and I'm glad it's Fresh and Fit because, they're very, 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 very well connected, So Fresh and Fit probably had to fly out to Romania to make sure to do this at his house because he's in house arrest. So the fact
Yeah,
is, I
this
do
is
believe
under Tate's channel.
also on his Oh, see, so they probably did fly out there. So I think in general, just in my personal perspective point of view, I'm glad that he actually went out and did something like this because such a person, a big person like himself, doing things like this and the way that the videos that we've seen uploaded from him on how he
Mhm.
was and how he's talking about it, and his personal perspective point of view, we cannot judge that because we were not in those shoes. We don't know what the hell happened. Let the guy vent, let him hear it. But I do believe in my beliefs that this guy, that video alone is going to be over 100 million views for sure. And I wouldn't be surprised. But I just want to bring that up to you guys. Just to kind of keep you up to date with him, and just listen to the guy. And if you
Yeah.
guys can't have a chance, go ahead and listen to his live podcast right now because he's on YouTube live right now as we speak. So, but yeah, Rafa, you have
But
anything else you
after
want?
this episode, of course.
Yeah,
Tune
after
in
this
after.
episode, don't leave us, guys. Don't leave us because this next topic is going to be very interesting, and it's going to be concerning. There's going to be people I feel like they're not going to agree with what I'm going to say,
Uh-huh.
and but yeah, Rafa. I mean, I think
Yeah, I
it's a good
might
time
be
to.
one of those guys.
Yeah,
So
so I like that debatable stuff. So
so I dislike Fresh and Fit because they are fake.
that's your perspective, man. I don't know, man.
I
That,
respect your
that
opinion, Diego.
that guy he has a lot of feedback, a lot of knowledge, and he hasn't proven wrong. So that's the only thing I can say with that. Fresh and Fit guy is a complete different story too. So
Yeah. But without further ado, let's go to topic number 2, which is, and this is a topic that you want to bring up. The United States society will be obese by 2030, 35.
2035. That's right.
Okay, can you elaborate a little bit on that?
Yes, I can. So pretty much,
Mhm.
they made a research regarding with all this stuff. They made a research regarding saying that by the time of 2035, the United States will be obese by at least 75% of the people here will be considered obese. There's a lot of reasons why I can see that.
Wait a minute.
You know, what?
Obsessed, dude. That's misspell.
Oh, whoa. You can't get it. So obese, not
Obese.
obsessed. Sorry, guys. Obese. So, pretty
Yeah,
much,
dude. Like I was
um,
like reading it, I was like, wait a minute, that doesn't sound obese. That
correction,
doesn't
guys.
say obese.
It was a little error there. So, pretty much, on the research that I seen is a lot of the food here in the United States, and this is something that we cannot. I definitely don't disagree with this. I agree with you 1,000%. A lot of people here nowadays is in a perfect example that I can put it is if you guys ever seen that Wally movie, that is a perfect example that I can put it that way. The reason why, because after a certain amount of years, these guys forget to walk and they actually have to have like carrying machines, floating machines to take into places. A lot of people, they like to take medications for certain things in this because of the health of their bodies, which they don't know that these medications are affecting their bodies and making them grow even bigger, gaining weight and things like that. This is one thing I don't like about medications myself. Medication for me is something that I think that in a lot of things, if it's not a treatable thing, it's understandable, but you have to be able to balance your weights. You have to be able to balance your eating habits. And a lot of the processed food that we have here is a lot of processed food, like Rafael said. Everything, most of the thing is not real. Exactly. Look, perfect example. Rafa pulled it up right now, all
Yeah,
the
it
way on the
took me
right,
a
Rafa.
minute.
It's
My bad.
exactly the same example. I
Mhm.
feel like for every single thing, people need to have medications. And there's a lot of warning labels that people like start getting really big and they
Mhm.
become lazy. They don't want to do this. Everything they want the easy way, you know. By
Well, I think that everybody is the same way. Like everyone, let me ask you this: if
yeah,
all your problems can be solved by just giving you one pill, will you take it? Like if it will make your life perfect. Let's say like instead of working out, you just take this one pill and it will make you as fit as possible. 5 to 10%, whatever your dream is, 5 to 10% body fat. That pill will also give you your dream girl, your dream house, your dream car. Would you take
yeah.
the pill? Yes
I
or
mean, of
no?
course, who wouldn't, right?
Exactly. And
But then,
so and that's where like a lot of mentality, especially the Western area, where
yeah,
the mentality is take this pill and in 30 days all your problems will be solved.
no,
And
and yeah,
and that's part of the fault is due to the media,
yeah.
um, and
In a way,
propaganda.
it does, bro. And that's the thing. It's just unfortunate. Like nowadays everybody's all concerned. I'm like, oh, cancer this, cancer that. But here's the thing, though.
Mhm.
Have you ever thought about the stuff that the food's being processed? How many things have to go through that food that you're eating, especially here in the United States? You're eating certain foods that could cause you more cancer, colon cancer, stomach cancer,
Yeah.
anything cancer. You know what I'm saying? It's just to me, it's just there's always something that I feel like in your mind, if you put yourself, I'm gonna put an example myself. I was a beast guy, 310 pounds.
Mhm.
When I was 310 pounds, I could have family issues with diabetes and heart attacks. I'll give you that example. You think it was, I mean, it wasn't easy to get where you're at right now. It's not easy itself. But do I feel better? Do I have to less stress? Do I have to, less cholesterol? It's just a lot of people like to make excuses, and I'm not saying like I'm not judging anybody, but people make excuses and they look for the easy way, just like you said.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, here in the United States, I feel like this is a state that in a country that for everything you have like some kind of problem, you need to have a medication. And
Yeah.
the long run for that, we talked about that. The long run after the medication, your body gets so used to consuming that medication that you need that shit all the time. And it's affecting you throughout the time being. I feel like a lot of people don't look at the way. I mean, yes, it's hard to get consistent to a routine, to be to a routine. But once you have the hang of that routine and you take care of yourself, there's nothing stopping you with that. I feel like, in like
Yeah.
for example,
But I think that I just pulled up the research
yeah,
on this,
you're good.
and it says more than half of the world's population is predicted to be overweight or obese in the next 12 years, according to the new report. The World Obesity's Atlas 2023 report states that the increase will amount to 1.5 billion adults and nearly 400 million children living with obesity by 2035.
And this is worldwide.
And this was the research, it was due
March
on
6th.
March 6th, 2023. So Diego mentioned, bro, that's old news. American has been fat. The studies come out because enough people are noticing.
Yeah,
but
and
it's noticing on a dramatic rate
yeah,
the
and
all
it's
this stuff.
crazy,
So
bro. It's just like I just want to refresh it to people, even if you don't know about this,
no,
it's
yeah.
important for people to understand that how could that be possibly, something that you can allow yourself to get to. But I mean,
So
I get it,
so let me give you my point of view.
hmm
It starts with farmers trying to make it easy for farmers to produce bigger tomatoes, bigger corn,
hmm
uh, and just start experimenting with chemicals. This was back in the 60s or 70s.
right, right, right,
And so the fruits and vegetables, uh, it, all those chemicals will be cheaper. And so farmers who use the chemicals, they get like big tomatoes and bigger vegetables and bigger fruits. So
right.
that way they can sell to the market for a cheaper value. Now, without noticing, is that those fruits and vegetables don't have enough nutritions. And so they sell you that stuff. On top of that, the market, I believe it was the 70s when the McDonald's was starting to
Yeah,
become
yeah,
the market where like they needed to have faster food. Like I need a burger and French fries and a drink within seconds. And so there's the the commercial of fast food started kicking in
right.
where
No,
it was convenient. So
and like you said, I think in a lot of ways, I just see things, for example, like for me,
hmm
I rarely don't like to now I want to say this now because I would say before, but now I wouldn't say that I eat fried food, and it's really rare for me to eat fried food, really rare. And then
I
when I
still do.
do, no, and
hmm
that's the thing though,
Yeah.
like this weekend I ate really good, but there's certain things like okay, maybe it's just like enchiladas way, like or chilaquiles, those are making fries and stuff like that. Like you start feeling that guilt in your head because you're so consistent doing just something. You try
Yeah.
to stay away from like tortillas and bread and anything that's fried, and things like that. Are you laughing at me? I don't think my kid was laughing at me.
Nah,
Um,
he's playing on the background, man.
yeah, but I
He's
just heard him
focused on
laughing.
the
But
game.
anything like that, like to me, was kind of
hmm
like a guilt trip. I think that just the fact that the amount of consumption of alcohol can make you feel that kind of way, and
Alcohol
to
too.
that's another thing too. I mean, compared to alcohol is another lethal thing too as well too. That can cause
Yeah.
many problems, especially beer itself. It's not as good as you guys think. I mean, even if it's low carbs, it doesn't matter. It's still gonna get bloated. It's just a matter of the fact that you have to be able to kind of follow a guideline. In my personal perspective, I said, like you guys know this, I don't like to go to the doctors consistent. I hate it because of a lot of reasons. I hate it, and I don't want to be the type of person that when I'm older, I want to be, hey, in
hmm
order for me to survive, I need to take that. No, it's good to you to take care of yourself now. And just like Diego said, it's old news. Yes, it is, but we forget about those
Yeah.
old news, and now since the technology is advancing so goddamn much, now
Is
you have
it?
people at Walmart shopping for you to get your food instead of you doing it. Like you don't want to walk anymore, and I'm like, dude, what the
Well, I
fuck?
think that started due to the pandemic first, because a
Yeah,
lot of people, and this was early, the beginning of the
beginning,
pandemic,
right, 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 right.
because we didn't know how dangerous COVID was and or this virus was. So that's why it was allowing people to have like those kind of services.
No, and it's understandable, bro. It's just
But
like to me, like I just see a lot of things, for example, here that the technology has advanced so much.
yeah.
It's tried to make it easier for people to do less, and that's
hmm
something to me that I feel like what, like I'll tell you, this weekend I walked for so long that my legs, literally, and I'm used to this walking and standing because that's what besides what I do for living, I'm used to this. But I'm not even bullshitting you guys. My legs, and the last night I could not do. My legs were hurting. They were hurting. They were so tired, and it was by 4 in the morning. I was already, and it was 12 to 4. I was already over 15,000 steps just alone, just between those hours. That's how much I
Yeah.
walked, and it feels good. I like to feel the sensation of soreness because it makes you feel, damn, I'm working my shit out,
Yeah.
working my shit out, and it feels good for me to feel that way.
Diego also has to mention that medicine is fucked.
Yes,
Food is fucked.
yes.
Just watch what you eat and you will be fine. Period.
Thank you, Diego. I hope your ass is
Yes,
skinny now.
I agree on that, but at the same time, we got to think where the people's background coming from. A lot of people think like government cheese is healthy for you, because the government provided for you.
Sorry, when you say government cheese, what do you mean with that? I never heard of that
Like
terminology, bro.
Government cheese is.
Sorry, I never heard of that. Like, what? Explain that to me, because I've never heard of the terminology of government cheese. I was like, the fuck?
Yeah, it's. So government cheese is a processed cheese provided by the welfare beneficiaries. Like you get it by food stamps,
okay,
and stuff like that. So
got you.
as you can see on the image, this is what government cheese looks like.
Yeah, those fuckers are making money with cheese. Sheesh.
Yeah, and that's what I mean by it.
Okay.
But because the government provides you with it, it doesn't mean it's healthy for you.
Of course.
And so, and that's where like a lot of people come from, where households where like they make minimum wage, and with all the inflation going up, they're not. If you look at how much a cheeseburger is versus a salad at McDonald's alone, you can get a cheeseburger for $1. A salad is like $5, and that's crazy. So the system is telling you I can get 5 cheeseburgers and I'll be satisfied with those 5 cheeseburgers versus a salad.
Right.
And I can split those 5 cheeseburgers with my kids and stuff. And so that can be like the mentality that people can bring up with. That's how the society's kind of like sees it.
It's kind of messed up, in a way, because it's like, even it makes you wonder, do you want to go vegan? Even I feel like even being vegan itself is not as nutritious. You can
have French fries with vegan.
Yeah, it's just kind of like a little bit of a difference is there. Like I feel like nowadays, like just like Diego said, food is fucked. I agree, 1,000%. I agree with you. Medication is fucked. I agree with you too. I agree with everything you're saying. I do agree with you. Just like you said, you got to watch what you're doing, what you're eating, how you're taking care of yourself. Just because it's just. What the fuck is so funny?
Just Oscar typing here, and I couldn't make sense of what he's saying, so it got me thinking of like how the governor of Florida was like reading on a trial. I need a dick. Have you heard that one?
No.
Oh my gosh! This political figure was doing it live, being recorded, and he was reading off like, hey, what was the names? I'm butchering the fuck out of it right now. But this is hilarious. Because it was the government literally reading it off, and it was being recorded, and this guy was like, Anita Dick. Holding my cock.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So it was like, oh shit, this is hilarious.
I just want to let you know right now that you put Oscar. Oscar is actually not even in the United States right now. He's actually, correct me if I'm wrong, I think he's in the Philippines right now. He's actually in the Philippines out there. So shout out to Oscar for joining in. I know it's early in the morning out there, my boy. I don't know what time it is over there, but I know you're out there.
Snap.
So thank you for joining the episode here, bro, all the way from out of the country. And I'm talking about long ass hours. So but thank you for joining. What he said, you don't know what is in the food now. Feds are getting paid by food. Yes, it is. I agree. Though you think like, you got to think about it that way, and it's true. You really have to look at it in a perspective point of view that you're like, what are we eating nowadays? What are we eating nowadays? What are we processing to ourselves? So how much is this all natural,
Yeah, and this is why it's like convenient for us to do this type of video, where we can, even though some of our audience already know what it is, maybe some other people are able to find this type of information. Like, hey, you gotta and you gotta eat healthier, and we're here to help you as much as possible. Also, Oscar says like FDA is probably getting paid by number A and D.
Fucking Oscar, bro.
And then 9 a.m. me and my wife
shout out to you, and say hi to the wifey. Wifey, if you're hearing me, take care of my boy, because he's take care of him, please. Hopefully we get to meet you.
Get your food and get Wet Market passes.
Get your food in. Oh, that's his wifey. Get your food at a wet market. Can you specify what a wet market is? I mean, we don't know what that is. I mean, I know it's probably a different kind of eating habits over there. I'm sure
Like
it's more
I'm assuming like
nutrition.
a farmer's market.
That would be a good thing. But the thing is,
Yeah.
then again, whatever you put on the farming thing, whatever they're creating the farm, the seeds for the farming,
But no, no,
you
no,
know,
no. But the thing is like the farmers market are like farmers who are, yeah, that's what he meant. Farmers
yep,
market.
farmers market. Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
So farmers market are actually farmers who grow their own stuff like from scratch. They don't use
gotcha.
chemical or anything like that.
That's good.
And you actually helping the farmers um make money, if that makes sense,
Right,
because sometimes the farmers, they don't make money by like the businesses they have,
right.
and so they make very little, and so they have to sell like either a chicken, and sometimes like their food is way better than what we buy at the grocery stores here in Utah. We call it Smith or Harmon's or places like that, and so it is very, it's very good to go to a farmer's market and get your food there if you can afford it.
Like a
And that's
Sprouts
another
type of thing, like a Sprout and things like that. Is that what you're referring to?
Sprout, Whole Food. Yeah,
Whole Foods.
I think
Okay.
the thing about Whole Food is just, I really think Whole Foods is just like a name thing at this point.
See, that's the thing
Uh,
that, like, to me, is like, the most natural
like
you can get it would be Sprouts. To me, that's what I'm
yeah,
thinking.
but that company Sprouts and Whole Food literally, they will charge you for a salad like $15 for a salad.
Jesus.
Yeah, and it's like, dude, you don't need to charge that much. So I feel like those kind of company is being overcharging, even though they sell you like organic food and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But Oscar is also saying is why we go organic. Also, when you buy right before your due date, the price is even lower. Yeah, you just have to consume that like
How
right
does
away.
my boy know all this stuff? Are you starting an own farm out there or what, my brother? Because I want to know this. Like, I'm glad you actually know this information and so on. But I'll give you credit for that. I was actually looking for a diagram
Mhm.
picture here in the United States of the shows, kind of like breaks it down, the obesity prevalence map for the 49 states. 49 states, what it says here, 49 states. It's not me. The
Mhm.
District of Columbia and 3 USA territories. I send you the link,
Yeah. I'm
Rafa.
sharing the
Um,
screen right now.
so I don't know if you can zoom it in on that map. It pretty much breaks it down. And how did I not figure this one? I said, I don't. If I'm correct, based on the map, what I was seeing, it looks like the state with the lowest obesity, of course, will be Florida. Is what I'm seeing. Uh,
No, insufficient data.
oh, insufficient data. Okay, so
Yeah, it is insufficient data right now.
it doesn't give you much
Oops,
information.
of
So
course.
that's why I was just to zoom into that. But yeah, yeah.
So the lowest, it will be the green. So DC will be the lowest.
Holy shit.
But even that, like the yellow, Colorado, California, Washington, some on the East Coast, Vermont, New York, Massachusetts, New Jersey. But everybody else, it will be like orange and red, and that's almost 90% of the state of United States right
Jesus
there.
Christ. See, and this is the most recent thing. Um,
Mhm.
here's another question when you were reading about the organic with about Oscar.
But
How are we, like, what's another thing is, how are we so 100% or comfortably percentage based on how is really organic? Like, how can you really
oh,
go based on it's fully 100% organic or in that way?
so they oversaturated the word organic. It's some companies have it oversaturated, so it's kind of hard to identify what is organic. So you have to like read it carefully.
Yeah. Okay.
For example, the ones that uh, let's go with the example of the scenario of eggs,
Right.
because it was recently they
Yep.
went like there were some bird flu or something like that, and there was a shortage, and then they raised the prices. So on the eggs side, you have your regular like grade A, double A, and stuff like that. Then there's
Yeah.
the ones where it says cage free. That doesn't mean that they're not don't have a cage. They just put like a little fence, and they just get like fresh air.
Right.
Then
Right. Right.
there's like the ones where they have like the longest name. They have to put like no GMO, no chemicals,
Right.
grass fed kind of stuff.
Right. Right.
And so the list goes longer and longer. So the more syllables the vegetables or the fruit has,
The
the
more the
more
more
bright. the more pricey it can be, but
Okay.
it will hold the most nutrition.
I was like, what do you mean more? I was just kind of thrown out when you said that. Like, what? Like, what are you
Yeah, dude.
saying?
So products from the farm, this is what Oscar is saying. So products from the farms don't have chemicals.
Okay.
The chemicals that are on our food, you find that on food that stay good for longer time. That is correct because you have to fertilize to kill the bugs and stuff.
Okay.
And so the reason why organic become cheaper is because there's no chemical. So organic will go bad sooner than the other stuff.
Hmm. So some of it has it. Is that what I'm understanding? Some of them do have it, some of them don't. Is that what I'm understanding, Oscar, from what you're seeing a perspective point of view? I mean, that's what I'm saying. Now you make yourself wonder. It makes yourself wonder, like, what exactly you're gonna be doing it, and specifically just because now you're looking at things like, okay, so what's next? What are we doing here? What are we changing? If there's chemicals or no chemicals, and like, what is the best thing to go? Cage.
So
Okay, I like how you. Okay.
here's one: cage free, pasteurized race, and free range. Describe three different methods of egg production. Essentially, these terms refer to the differing levels of animal welfare standards that farms use on their farm.
Hmm.
There are no solid definition of what constitutes cage free, free range, or pasteurized eggs. And this is brought to you by the Media News Today.com.
Hmm. Sorry, I was looking for something else too as well. I'm trying to look for something here that caught my attention. But
But
in
like,
general, and in general, what would you change then? If let's just say,
mhm.
we can't live on the fear or whatever we're eating is going to affect us, because if we do that,
Bro,
it
the
nowadays is
thing, yeah, the thing is that nowadays is like we have this fear, like whatever we consume is gonna kill us. Ladies and gentlemen, the reality is we will barely have 100 years of our life. And I know like the biggest thing is we need to extend that to the maximum. That's why we gotta exercise and eat healthy.
I agree
And
with Raf on that one.
and
I do.
so for that, for to live forever is not realistic. Now, the best thing to do is do the research on what fruits and vegetables, because at the same time I can recommend you about strawberries, but you might be allergic to strawberries.
True.
And so it will not be benefit you. This is something that as an individual gotta be able to look up and find sources that you trust, ask around. And I know it's a homework to do, but at the same time is better than dying when you're 50s and 60s.
I
you
agree.
you can actually extend it to like 70s or 80s or even 90s, depending how uh your genetics, your genes are on your family. But Oscar has more comments here.
Okay.
So when you compare apples at Smith, you see the apples that are 6 for 2.99, and you see the 2 for 2.99.
299. Okay.
The 2 for 2.99, I'm gonna say 2 for 3, doesn't have
What is
preservatives,
this?
so
Okay.
those will have a shorter shelf life than the 6 apples for $3.
That's very interesting information there, for sure, on that one, dude.
Mhm.
So that's
Yeah,
that's true. I did notice that too as well, not too long ago. Same thing with like limes. I seen some of the limes too. Same shit.
yeah,
Some of them actually kind of last a little bit longer. They're more expensive. Some are a lot cheaper. So that's pretty interesting. Okay,
yeah.
keep going.
So a week goes by. The 6 for $3 apples will stay at the price, and the 2 for $3 will go to 2 for $1.50 within days.
Damn.
So it's just you. That's another thing. You got to figure it out, when is their delivery date.
Yeah. So
And so I think they usually are on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And you can ask like the manager in the store, like, hey, when do you usually get fresh products? And they were like, oh, we usually get our trucks arrive on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and we get the produce on those days.
right.
So those days could be like effective to like go shop for like the apples that Oscar is saying that 2 for $3, that will eventually be like 2 for $1.50. Diego also has we won't die fast, but die slow and painful, and that's worse. Depends.
I agree.
No, but it
The whole
depends.
dying slow and painful, bro. That's fuck.
If you don't take care of yourself, you could die slow and painful.
Yeah,
You could be the person who takes 10 pills for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and that's not taking care of yourself. But I've seen old people where they actually are still fucking drinking whiskey and smoking cigars, and they're 100 and something.
Here's the thing, though, too, as well with that too. I feel like a lot of people they get the misconception of when you, for example, how the way you work and how you work your body, how you process things. Like, for example, for me, it is very hard for me to have a breakfast meal. Hard for me to have a breakfast meal for what I do for a living. The reason why is because I prefer to have a snack. Either it's a protein bar or some kind of granola bar. To me, that's might not be a full meal, but it's some kind of food that you have in your system to eat. Even if you have like a sandwich or you have something small.
Yeah.
The reason being is because a lot of people don't like to do that. For example, with me, if I eat breakfast and I'm already on a roll, whatever it is that I do for a living, the moment I eat stuff, no. I start feeling that tiredness of my shit, bro. I'm like,
really?
Bro, because I start breaking down and then it gets to a point where my body has sometimes I forget to eat. Throughout the day, I forget to eat until I get home.
Yeah, that's like for me, I have to eat breakfast.
Yeah.
Like I will get hungry and I will not be thinking clearly.
Right.
So and for me, like you and I are different. Like for me, I have to have breakfast. You can actually do the fasting, the intermittent fasting.
Right.
Just eat between 12 to 8 and you should be fine.
Yeah. So that's something that I kind of notice in my body gets processed with it. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. For example, with me, 1 glass of water before when I get up, I get out of my bed.
Yeah.
I feel very good. 1 glass of water. It feels weird. I take that perfectly fine. A little bit later, I don't know how to explain it. It just feels like
no, you're good. You're good because for me, 1 glass of water makes me want to go take a shit. It's like all the system activates. It's like, all right, the machine is working.
So
and it's like, oh wait, we got something to release. Let's go.
No, it's just kind of like for me, like I tell you, it's just in a perspective way for me. Like it's sometimes I'm up as 5 a.m. So that's what I'm saying. By the time I get to whatever I'm going, 8:30, I'm starting to get a little hungry, but majority of the time I'm drinking water. So then it's like I forget to eat, and then that's why I carry myself some snacks, granola bars, protein bars, whatever I can. Sometimes I have like a little sandwich or something, but the thing is I cannot stop and get a meal.
But for some people, eating, they have to eat something due to like their sugar levels or something like that.
Right.
And some people cannot hold their sugar levels low enough, or else they will start feeling dizzy. Or I mean, they don't have to have diabetes, to be honest. Like I remember going keto and not eating nothing that is carbs, and my sugar dropped, and I start feeling headaches. I start feeling like shit, dude.
Yeah, because your body was so used to the type of stuff you produce for yourself, like whatever you want to consume for yourself, and just eat blah 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 blah, and then
no, it's eating blah 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 blah, because
not like eating sugars, eating shit that you're supposed to, that's what I'm saying.
It's not even.
Oh, you're just talking in general, just like a normal.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense. Okay, it's understandable, bro.
Yeah, I almost never ate anything in the morning, and sometimes only snacks through the day until dinner. Yeah.
See what I'm saying is like Raptor. See, I'm Raptor. What exactly you do for living itself?
Pistachios.
It's like for me, for example, like it's just sometimes I literally forget to eat until I get home because my mind is so busy what I'm doing. I'm consistently, up and down and just kind of keep going. And there's times, I'm not gonna lie to you, there's times I'm like, damn, I'm fucking tired. Why? As soon as I eat something, that's when I'm like, okay, makes sense. But the thing is, I'm not,
it depends on what you eat too.
Yeah,
so
of course.
Like if
have
you
a fat ass burrito right now.
Ooh, dude. Oh my god! So yesterday, since it was our last day yesterday before we did the 75 heart challenge, I had a fucking Rancheritos burrito, dude. A mixed breakfast burrito. That shit fucked up my stomach, dude. I couldn't enjoy my mom's arroz con pollo, bro. And that shit is bomb.
What happened? They give you the fucking runs,
bro? The runs, like. Yo quiero Taco Bell.
Hey,
Just like that, bro.
let me talk to Raptor real quick on that one. What he said,
Yeah.
Raptor. I'm
Uh,
actually in clear. Sorry, bro. I'm actually in Clearfield. Thursday and Friday. Which one is it that you were at? Because if it's the one that I
and you can
think
send it privately, dude. If
yeah, you
you.
can send it privately wrapped if you want to. That's fine. But it's funny because you say that because I want to know which one. If it's right next to, just tell me which one. Whenever when you can send it to me privately or something. But
Yeah.
dude, that's dope, dope. But like, if he works at the Maverick gas station, that shit's hard because
Yeah.
you're surrounded by food and you're surrounded by
Not
shit.
just any food, processed food.
Yeah.
Chips.
Shout out to
The
you,
hot
Raptor.
dogs.
Shout out to you,
Cinnamon
Raptor.
rolls. Like, what else do I eat there?
What else you used to do? Because 75 days, you're not gonna eat that shit. So no,
I know, dude.
So you're fucked. You want me to keep going? I'll help you. I'll help you. Those bomb ass chorizo burritos, steak.
Yeah. The rolled tacos. Like, it doesn't do shit to me, man. Like,
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm positive. Yeah.
You lying?
I'm hungry.
Look at me in the eyes, motherfucker. Look at me and tell me that. Hey, there you are.
I'm good.
I'm watching you,
I'm
bro.
good.
I'm watching you, bro.
Shit, I'm watching you, man.
But no, like just in general, I do believe there's always a way that we can change things. I think that we can actually make a difference by actually making something happen that I don't want to go based on that. The studies show that by 2035 we're gonna be fucked. No. Work on yourself, protect yourself, try to do the best you can. 2035 is just around the corner. We're 12 years away, literally. So I think in a way is take care of yourself.
Also, the other problem is this.
Yes.
This food pyramid, it was created to sell you more cereal, more bread, more carbs, and that's like carbs are good to a certain point. So, for you, but it should be vegetables, fruits, your meats, your protein. I mean, and yeah, then you have fats and oils on the very top. And just so you know, they included with sweets. In reality, fats are actually good for you. Like healthy fat, like pistachios, they're fat, and they're healthy for you. They're good for your heart.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, dude. You looked like you were reading something.
No. I was looking at you actually.
Oh, okay.
No, I was looking at you. No, but I was. My next question that I had for you was this: Who was the first person that actually created the image of the foot of pyramids? Because who came up with this idea of making this? Do you know?
This was brought to you by this foot pyramid is way healthier. You got your focus on exercising, on your daily exercise and weight control, which is your portion controls, followed by your vegetables and fruit, healthy fats and oils, and then some whole grains. Because oatmeal is really good for you. Like if you suffer from high cholesterol,
oatmeal is good.
Oatmeal is really good for your cholesterol. And then followed by nuts and seeds and beans and tofu. And then right next to the tofu is your fish and poultry and eggs. Then above that is your daily servings of vitamin D. Just saying, bro. Some calcium. That's your milk, your cheese, your yogurts, and lastly, it's your white sugars. It's the use of red meat, your butter, your refined grains, and so on and so forth. But between this pyramid and the healthy one, gotta choose the healthy one, man.
Yeah, and the thing is, another thing too, I want people to understand as well that in general, you don't really have to have in a specific diet. Like you can actually level out yourself, but I feel like sometimes people get so strict to, a strict diet. That once you get to that strict diet, you don't want to go to the level. You feel weird eating shit that you shouldn't be eating, in general, I think it's the best cause that you can actually work yourself, take care of yourself. That's the most important thing. You take care of your body, you take care of yourself. Nobody else is going to take care of that body besides yourself because that's your actual personal body. So take care of that. That's your body. Nobody's taking that away from you. That's all you.
Yeah. So Raptor 88 has a question for you. How do you want me to send it to you? I work 9 to 5.
You can send it to me if you want to. I mean, whatever.
On the email, right?
You can even email or write on my IG itself if you want to, Raptor. Send me a direct message on IG as well, and then or Twitter account, whatever you have, bro. Just more than welcome to send me up. Well, my name is Erwin DePaz. You can actually write me on Facebook as well too, dude.
Yeah, yes, sir, yes, sir. But man, I gotta finish my workout.
I know.
I don't want to fail the first day.
No, bro. No, and I still have to work some things out right now too with my kid too as well too.
Yeah,
take care of some stuff, but
this was a good topic.
Definitely was a good topic. I wanted to bring that up because I feel like I said, I think it's good for people to get reminded of certain things that are very important, and I think this was a topic in general that we should remind ourselves for that. And tomorrow will be the next day, and just kind of get going with the same thing. And if it's never too late to start. The moment is the most important thing. Is you got to start.
Make sure you work on your small habits. That's small habits, little by little. Work on it and
make them happen.
Make it happen.
But
yeah, Rafa, we'll talk about it. I'll talk about more about on the following episode about the Atomic Habits a little bit more, because when I'm reading it, I find it very interesting.
For sure, dude.
And it can be really helpful for you guys. I'll read it for you guys. So.
And one last thing, if my voice sounds weird, because I feel like it sounds weird, it's nah, bro. I feel like I lost my voice over the weekend. You fuck. Lost my voice over the weekend. That Mr. Glock 3000.
Hey, bro.
Chill. I mean, yeah, I know you like to get that Glock 3000, bro, but relax. We're in life. But anyways, guys, once again, hit a like and share this video. What's up, Contreras? What's up, buddy? How are you?
Yeah, he didn't even say shit.
I know he was kind of quiet today if he was actually joining. Yeah. Make sure you just go ahead and like and subscribe to our channels. Share this video with friends and family. Once again, our Twitter accounts, IGs, and personal emails, and eventually here shortly, or TikTok accounts will be showing up right below us.
Yes, sir.
Other than that, I'm out from my end. I will see you guys next time.
I am out too, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time.
Deuces, guys.